the other day, and she gave
Word.
up on me. I was tight. I was tight. As soon as we got back to the crib, I was like, "Yo, you know what? Yo, don't get on no gadgets, man. Don't get on no gadgets. You gonna make me get all the bikes out the crib. We gonna go around the block and come back home. You ain't getting on no gadgets.
Yo, you
So
can't play
just
no
leave
video
her.
games.
Nah, I made her sit for like 8 hours. Like, nah, you done out here.
What?
Just get
What?
on
What?
work
Why
out
she?
here.
What she? Why she stopped? Just
Now
it was
Pete
a.
gay. So Pete, right? So she's like, all right, Dad. Let me lead the way today. I'm like, all right. So I let her lead. I'm like, yo, why it look like we going back towards the crib? She's like, oh, just follow me. So we get back to our street, and then she gonna pull up in the driveway. I'm like, what you doing? She's like, oh, I'm done. I'm like, what? Talking about she's bored. I'm like, you bored? How is bike riding bored? I said, yo, you thinking you missing son, don't you? She said, yeah, I am. They calling me. I'm like, who calling you? Don't nobody know you. Who calling you? And how you know somebody looking for you if we's out riding bikes? Like, knock that shit off. I said, you know what, man? Don't get back on no gadgets. I was tight. Just started getting my sweat on too.
Yeah.
Like, man,
Damn, man. Kids don't want to play outside, man.
bruh, we was literally out there for like 15 minutes. She talking about some they looking for me. Who the hell looking for you, girl? You ain't popular.
Yo, on some real shit. Only time I really be like diligently reading is when I like go on a trip or something. Like if I'm like going like we go to like Punta Cana, like some beach shit, then I
Yeah,
could read a whole book in a day, 2 days. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But when I'm at home, it's just like so much shit. I gotta force myself.
bruh.
You know.
That
I was
guilt be kicking in when you at home.
yeah, word. I was having a conversation yesterday, right? And I'm just mad shit in my head, so I'm spewing mad facts, right? The person gonna be like, all you do is spew stats and statistics and facts. I said, yeah, yeah, actually, that's
Exactly.
like that's what you do. But you don't even say like your own opinion. I say it doesn't matter if there's facts and statistics to back up what the truth is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna clip that up and send that to the group so Q and Alex can hear that.
Mhm.
Alex, Alex like a windshield wiper anyway. Whatever way the rain flows, she gonna go that way.
How do you dispute statistics? Like Q was saying, statistics, the CDC comes from the white man. But how do you dispute that? If you're not a researcher, how do you
You
dispute
know, I don't even know like
Literally 2 years ago, everybody was up the CDC's asshole.
yeah,
Literally.
yeah.
I mean, unless you're a researcher and you are doing research in that particular field, then your opinion is just that. I mean, you're not a researcher. I mean,
That was probably one of the weirdest arguments I've ever heard somebody present in my life. Like when you assess her argument, that was almost it was troubling.
That shit had our therapist tight. He went in half hour.
Yo,
Veins was popping out of the side of his head and
yo.
everything.
And then I was so mad the next day because of everything I should have said, but I didn't.
Hmm.
And like I'm like, yo, why did you? And I saw like with what I was saying, how it allowed her to keep going. And I'm like, damn, I started writing shit down, and I had to ball it up and be like, nah, yo, just let it go, man. We're gonna let it
Yo,
go,
you know what's so ill about that shit? What up, Eddie? You know what's so
bro.
ill? Q was literally being passive aggressive with you,
Mhm.
and I sincerely was not. I was asking questions based on what their answers were,
Right.
and I was just like, "This is weird, bro."
But see,
And
I
Q the
have
one that started it.
nah, when you hit her with the author joint though, right? Like, is the author the one who pins it? And she's like, well, no, not necessarily. So it's like, all right, once you agree to that point, how can you then go back to say what you
Yeah,
were
just
saying?
end it. See,
And that's
you
why
gotta just
I don't remember beforehand when I'm like, I can't go back and forth with people like I used to. That's why I stopped so many times. But that Castamigos, man, it wouldn't let me stop, yo.
Yo, you know what's
Real.
ill though? If you, because we can compartmentalize. So if you can compartmentalize that skill for the show is fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in real life, nigga, if you start going back and forth with people, nigga, you going to jail.
Absolutely,
That nigga,
absolutely.
but especially Adrian though, cause that nigga voice is loud, nigga. Oh my god.
Yeah. Then they kept over talking me. That's just, usually a lot of shit don't bother me. I'm able to be like, all right, cool, you got it. Right. I don't. Then they kept trying to over talk me. I'm like, yo, we're not about to, not today, yo. This shit happens, so not today, yo. Not today.
Yo, we just sat there for like a good 20 minutes. Dude.
Right. Yeah.
Literally,
I was
literally.
listening though, and I was looking at stuff like, damn, let me see that. Yo, no, let me
Look.
start the fucking show.
The look on Bub's face was priceless.
Like, yo,
Yo, this might be risky. Inside the locker room, DJ Hampton Stampede, we in the building.
DJ Ham the Stampede.
We missed y'all last week, man. We was just busy as a motherfucker. It just happens, man. So it's one of those getting money weekends, man. But we apologize for not being consistent. We've been consistent, but you know, you're only as good as your last game. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Chef Eddie was good.
What's good with it?
What you up to?
First of all, I just woke up not too long ago.
We
Had a
know.
wild ass Friday, bro. I
Yeah.
drove up to New York to be a part of this retirement party. They gave my pops a plaque, you know what I'm saying? So I had to be there for that.
Yeah.
Drove right the fuck back. So now I'm preparing for a barbecue. It's gonna pop off in a
Anacostia
few
Park.
hours. Say again?
The Anacostia Park joint.
Nah. A couple bros that hired me, so I'm like putting some beef patties right now together. I'm gonna like hook it up with some peppers and some pineapples for that. Chicken wings, got some patties, some vegan patties. I'm hooking shit up. So
Word.
yeah, man, busy as hell, but tired as fuck. But you know,
That's what's
you
up.
gonna
get to the
crash
money.
later.
Yeah, you definitely gonna crash. One of the
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. B, what's good? I see you dressed up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got on the collar shirt. Got to look professional for the podcast.
What you in the church? Oh, that's just for the podcast. Oh, okay.
No, I'm going to work later on, but no, got to look professional nonetheless. collar shirts.
Yeah,
I
no
ain't
doubt.
mad at
If I
Adrian, what's good?
What's good, man?
How you?
I'm good, man. It's all right morning today, man. I'm back level headed. You know what I'm saying? I had some time to breathe, cool off.
Why?
You know what's mad funny? Well, Hamp ain't finished the introduction, so I'll let him do that.
Yo, hey, why you change your name to A plus?
I don't got the mic today, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back to A+. You know what I'm saying?
I thought because you was being positive or some shit like that.
No, I'm back at my baseline, man. I'm back at the baseline today.
Hey, everybody say what's up to my sis Dana.
Hey, Dana, how are you?
B, I tried to hook you up, but you was acting Hasidity and shit.
I thought you were gonna hook me up with the one in Connecticut, the one who always hiding behind the chat, AW.
I mean, nigga, you just need options, nigga. Fuck
Okay. Hey, two sisters is good.
it. You met Dana.
I met Dana.
At Allure.
Oh, that was her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I want AW though. She like to talk a lot of shit.
Dana be
I didn't want a challenge.
Maybe she might come on today. Maybe sis might come on today.
That's a goddamn lie.
Yeah.
Hey, B, hold on. Time out. Time the fuck out. B, how did you just drink that coffee? Do it again.
Coffee.
Go ahead. Do it how you did it.
Well, I got a little bit left, but
Motherfucker, don't you ever. Let me tell you something. Don't finish that last bit then. If that's how you gonna drink it, don't just leave that in there.
Yo.
You don't poke your lips out and shit. It ain't that fucking good, bro.
I make some good coffee, Ham.
Yo,
I
see,
know how to hook it up.
that's why I'm drinking my shit off screen.
Why I gotta be all that? Why I gotta be all that?
Fumbling already, B. Your name Fumbles, B. You fumbling already, my boy.
Ass with two S's, not one. Thank you very much. Fuck on out of here, shit.
That's
Bub,
hilarious.
what's good, man? How you?
Man, I'm up, man, preparing half the day to be with my children. In the second half, I'm getting reckless. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Word.
Word up.
Indeed. I like it, man. All right.
Yo,
Hey,
yo,
listen,
Hemp, how you breathing this morning?
doing the right thing, man. My wife went out to get her hair braided. I'm pissed.
Oh, you ain't gonna see your wife for hours.
No, hours, nigga. And there's mad kids upstairs, man. Fuck them kids. This might be risky. We here.
Yo.
All right. B, you had a question? What's good?
Oh no, it's irrelevant anyway. So
Nah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, how do people argue with a therapist? Don't they know you trained to break down certain situations A plus? How you argue with a damn therapist?
Not necessarily. You can argue with any. They argue with facts, yo. Like they
Well,
don't
that's what I'm
believe
saying. So how do you argue with a therapist? I mean, that doesn't
Well,
make sense.
well, no. I think the key to a therapist is they're able to be objective and
Right.
separate themselves from an emotions while having a conversation, so that they can help you get to a goal in said conversation.
Okay.
But that conversation may not be factual. So if he dealing with somebody who calling himself a frog and it's a man, he still gotta find a way to help them see that they not a frog, right? In said situation. So
Yeah.
I think that's that skill set.
And
You know
I
what I
ain't
mean?
have it on Thursday. I was like, fuck out the other shit. Listen.
Yeah, that's frogism. Chill.
Yeah. Word is bomb. So I wanna ask this question first, man. Because it just kind of, I don't know. It just kind of, do I want to ask this one first? Yeah, let me just see. Is success objective?
Yes.
I would say yes.
Mm.
Absolutely.
It ain't subjective, so I would say yeah, because it ain't subjective. So yeah, I would
Well,
say
subjective would mean that success is personal to you.
right,
Now,
but
go ahead, B.
right, but that's so what we all right. First off, everything ain't subjective. I mean, that's what society has to realize. There's certain things that it is what it is straight across the board. I
Mhm.
mean, because if that's the case, a homeless person can say, I'm homeless, I ain't got shit, but I'm successful. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So there's certain things that it is what it is straight across the board. So I would say it's subjective. Everything isn't subjective. I would say it's objective.
Okay. What you think, Bub? Is success objective?
Yeah, I agree with B
Yeah.
because before we
Adrian.
before we um
Mhm.
before we came on, B was venting about his career path that he's on right now.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And I told him like, shit, if you feeling froggy, jump. You know what I'm saying? Be out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You don't just because you're educated in one area don't mean you can't, hop into another field and still be, successful at the same time. So
Yeah.
that's
Word.
my take on it.
Yeah. No doubt. Eddie, what you think?
Yeah, I think there's a there's a basis for what success looks like, primarily here in America.
Mm.
And it's largely not about money. It's more so like what have you accomplished at particular layers in your life, right? And even at the bare minimum, if you've never seen success before, you could look at somebody like, damn, like that person looks like they got their shit together, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And that could be, you can make 30K a year and you're doing whatever for the community. It's like, okay, that's successful, right? You got your bills paid, all of that. Well, at 30K, you're kind of in poverty in America, but you got your shit, at some sort of level where you're doing all right for the
Yeah.
most part, and you can keep going. So,
Yeah. I think I catch your drift. I think $10 an hour is you pushing it,
yeah.
at 30K. But Adrian, what you think? Is success objective?
I think it's one of those things where you could say like it could be like subjective, like yeah, But if you give it too much leeway, you know how people will take it and stretch it and just
Bruh.
back to the same shit what we was talking about yesterday, where your truth
Yeah.
is your truth and all of that. So it's one of those things where I kind of want to say no, because it's like, so like what with a marriage. If your marriage is, if you got a divorce, you didn't have a successful marriage. You got some people who, well, it was successful because of what I learned from it, and we still able to. No, the shit was a failure. You know what I'm saying? So I think once you look into specifics, and then even too to switch it, like if you look at it from a goal. So if you reach your goal, then yeah, you're successful. So it all depends on what goals you have, but it definitely should be like a standard when it comes to some things. And it's just one of those things where once you open it up, while based on definition it could be true, you go down this whole rabbit hole where like you give somebody an inch, they take the shit, a whole mile, yo.
Yeah. And I think that's why, it's hard to, we don't speak in absolutes anymore, but I think we need to be absolute in some things. And I think Eddie, how everybody broke it down, I think I agree with success, especially for men. I feel like is even more, I think absolute and objective. And I think that's okay. Like Eddie said, at certain points in your life, you gotta be at a certain place, and when you're not, you feel some type of way,
Right.
right? And you
Yeah.
should feel some type of way.
But you know what? You know what though, Ham?
Yeah.
You know, piggybacking on what you just said, if a person is in a place where they feel like they not where they supposed to be, when they around me, I don't make them feel small, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, because I don't know, that should just be making me feel weird, because like when you get when you get individuals that are close in the same space where they feel like, damn, yo, I should be where so and so is at. I should be where Bob is at, where Hamp is at.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit could fuck up the whole relationship if you start like flaunting that shit and you continuously throwing that shit in their face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could check them. You could check them to a certain extent if it's a man that's always fucking complaining, like, man, get your fucking shit together, man. Like, pipe
Yeah.
the fuck down and man up. You can do
Yeah.
that, but don't just keep constantly like, like throwing that shit in their face, like, nah, man. Nah, I don't need your money. Like, get that shit out of here. I got it. Nah,
Yeah.
put your money away. Your money ain't good here, man. Go pay your bill. Get that shit up out of here. I got this round.
Yeah.
I don't do shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I try to make like everybody feel like comfortable, even if I know you fucked up to a certain extent, but I still make up for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right,
Yeah.
if you bought one, I'll buy two or three or whatever, but I'll let you
Yeah.
contribute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to, what I mean, you don't want to emasculate anybody.
Yeah, especially if it's people that I love. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
word up.
But at the same, like you said, at a point you gotta be like, come on, my nigga, like you gotta push yourself. You know what I mean?
True.
But I'm in a position where I've been able to give out a lot of opportunities too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just pulling people up, and then you see like they don't even want the shit half the time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I had jobs for $20 an hour, you know what I mean? A 401k, benefits, the whole 9 yards.
See what I'm
And
saying?
all these cats I play football with out here, these niggas is broke and dusty, but they
Yeah.
can't fill out an application. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact,
Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You can lead the motherfucker to water, right? But yeah, man, I thought, I wasn't sure how this one was gonna go, but yeah, I think it's real, and I think that this is a male oriented show, so I think mostly we talking about men. I think women too, but I think it maybe look a little different. So I
Yeah.
got to think more through that. But I'm saying for the fellas, like certain places you are in life, you have to achieve certain goals, right? You can't just be fluid, right? Life ain't gonna work out for you, in the way in which you want it. So yeah, man, that's what's up. We gotta touch this, fellas. Eddie taking the oh shit. Well, fuck it. Eddie taking the shit. I already said it now. So he'll be back. Listen, man, like, share, subscribe, follow us on YouTube. We streaming right now on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. I post the podcast also on Apple, Anchor, and Spotify. So you definitely could tune in. That's obviously not visual. I think you get the best effect off of YouTube. But if you want to just listen to it as you driving and all that, washing clothes, shit like that, you could check out the link below for the Apple stream. All right, next topic. We got to, man. Even if we don't go super in depth, we got to touch it. So Roe versus Wade.
Mm.
Anybody see what happened with this?
Yeah.
Mhm.
How abortion is no longer federal, right? State to state now. So it was overturned. I seen a lot of different posts about women's bodies and what if women is raped and all that stuff, and we don't want to be insensitive, right? We can achieve empathy, not sympathy, because we don't have kids. I get that. Um, but how do you feel about the overturning the Roe versus Wade A plus?
um, mm, I ain't even really sat with it to be honest yet, just
Yeah.
because it is so crazy. And even though I'm against abortion, I think once you start trying to tell people what they can and can't do with their bodies, I think it's one of those things where we going down like a slippery slope. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel like, but hey, this is the progressive America that everybody was talking about on Thursday night, right? How we so progressive and we the best country and all of that other stuff. So I don't like I said, well, I'm not for abortion at all. I think it's a slippery slope when you start talking about what people can and can't do, like mandating it or whatever.
Well,
So
so just to be clear, right?
mhm,
Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade Friday, holding that there was no longer federal constitutional right to an abortion. Going forward, abortion right. This is CNN.com.
mhm,
Going forward, abortion rights will be determined by states unless Congress acts. Right. Already, there are nearly half of the states have or will pass laws that ban abortion, while others have enacted strict measures regulating the procedure. So they put parameters on what procedures, right? And then the other states are banning it. Half of the 50.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
that
so
is
so like
But wait,
so I feel like hold on. So I feel like for me, honestly, like I like it, but then it's like what happens when they start doing stuff around things that don't line up with what I agree with. You see
hold
what I'm
hold
saying?
hold on. Hey man. What do you mean?
What
Like
do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
So
oh,
so
niggas on
so,
his
so
neck.
yeah, so this is what I mean. I'm listen, here we are. This is what I mean. Because I'm against abortion, I like the fact that they're putting more restrictions on it and stuff like that because I don't agree that it should happen. But then my thing is, well, what happens when they start doing things that go against what I agree with?
yo,
But
That
they
don't make
have.
sense.
They have
Huh?
already. They have already. You dealt with it.
Yeah.
hey yo, let me
I don't
let
know.
me
I gotta sit with it more. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't sit with it
That's
enough to
fair.
really
I
go
don't I
all
don't
the
got
way
it. I
through it.
don't gotta sit with it. I
It's on you then. Go ahead,
I
dog.
already
Where you at?
Wow.
I already got my opinion based
All
on
right,
this
it's on
bullshit,
you.
man. Like it's to me, like I'm riding with the women on this one, man. That shit is a major blow to women's rights. I'm keeping it funky. Like, bruh, I wasn't ready for no fucking kid when I was 14.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'll probably be all fucked up in the game right now, man. If I ain't have or if we didn't have the choice, you know what I'm saying, to terminate. You gotta look at it like that too. And not to get off topic, but yo, y'all ever see like animals like dogs, like, you know what I'm saying, when they have offspring that they feel like they don't want to deal with, they terminate on spot. Y'all ain't never seen a dog kill its own baby. You know what I'm saying? Terminate on spot. Like, come on, man. Like, you gotta have that choice. If it
Mm.
ain't, if you feel like you can't, you're not in the position to provide for this life, to bring into this treacherous world that we was literally just talking about on Thursday. Like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have that option to terminate for real.
But why can't the option be self-control too?
True as well.
Okay, okay, you know what? Yeah, I give you the self-control, but bruh, you shouldn't be talking right now about self-control. You should have been
Right,
strapping up.
right, right.
Yo,
But I'm taking care of them too. I'm just once a
no,
child
no.
is formed, I just don't agree with getting rid of it. That's why I said I still need to sit with it because I get the whole woman's right thing. I haven't thought it out enough, and I know he ain't be killing us for fence hopping, but I haven't thought it out enough to just jump on one side because there's an argument. So I'm glad you on the other side. But my thing too is if you can't take care of a child or if you're not prepared for a child, then don't have sex. And it's like,
Be
well, is that really
hey,
possible? It's possible. It's not. It may not be the best answer, but that's an alternative too.
Adrian.
I think, and it goes back to people doing whatever they want to do, and all of these different, like all of these different beliefs. Like at the end of the day, yo, you should not kill a child. If you can't have a child, don't have sex. If you're gonna have sex too, you got to deal with man up and deal with the consequences that come with having a child, like I do with my 15 to 17 kids I got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo. But we can get into this old fucking back and
Yeah.
forth conversation as well. But as far as like when is a fetus actually considered like a life form, like a actual baby, like
The sperm hit the egg, bruh.
When
you know
the
what I'm saying?
egg,
So
when the sperm hit the
The
egg,
sperm hit the egg. All these other No, go ahead, bruh.
So,
I'll jump in when y'all
nah,
finish.
but nah, Eddie, because I just brought it up, but I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just bringing that up.
Oh, got
So,
you.
You know what I'm saying?
so,
So
mhm. So scientifically, right? You sperm swims through uterus, through the cervix, meets the eggs in or near the fallopian tubes, right? Then it forms a zygote, then an embryo, and then a fetus. If you just wanted to go through the steps.
Yeah.
My boy Hamp be educating himself. Ain't no way in the world I would look all that up.
Yeah, man.
be
I
prepared.
be having some good conversations, man. Damn. B, what you feel? Roe versus Wade.
So, all right. For me, it is a little personal in some regards, but on this one, I agree with it. For the simple fact, for one, it like I said, it is a little personal for me, but I just can't see to where if you don't want the child, abort the baby. Now there's lots of people who get into it. What if she was raped? What if she was this? What if she was that? Again, is the only option because you don't want the child to abort. I just can't see to where you don't want the child, abort the child. Um, for me, it's real personal for me because I probably should say probably should, but it don't matter. Hamp knows some of the story. My real mother didn't want me. Was in New York City. She left me in the hospital literally. As soon as she gave birth to me, she just left me in the hospital. And I remember for years and years and years, I walked around with this hatred in my heart towards her. Then later on, after she had died and I had buried her, it was like I let a lot of that stuff go because at the end of the day, what if the outcome was different? You know, I'm an innocent person, but because you don't want me is the answer to abort. But she did what she thought was best at that time, which was leaving me in the safe haven. So that's why on that level it does get a little personal. But I just can't see to where abortion is the answer. Now, and one thing Hamp hit on is it's no longer federal, it's now left up to the states. So what these women need to do is if you want to be able to abort your child, whatever, okay, you just need to go out there and vote to have the right people in office that's going to line up with your views. Again, it's no longer federal, but it's now on the state level. So one point that Adrian hit on is self-control. Now that's easier said than done, but it can
Exactly.
but now it can be done nonetheless. It can be done. But I just
Y'all
can't
still on
see.
the scene. B.A. Eddie, y'all still on the scene. Don't y'all better not take no condom off from here on out. Don't get too drunk. Don't take
I
no
don't play
condom.
the
From here on out, y'all better be extra safe. Cause if you hook up with a Shanae on a wild drunk night where you can't remember nothing, just know Just
But,
know.
but is
We in
abortion?
DC now. We in DC, so DC is a safe haven for
Yeah, it is.
women
Yeah,
that want to
that's
get abortion. Now, Adrian is fucked. I know North Carolina ain't.
Yeah, you already. No, I think the governor of North Carolina said that. I don't know what he said. But I think he said that they'll be allowed to do it here. I don't know, even though because we are mad conservative. But either way, I'm done, man. I'm getting the surgery. I'm gonna get married this year, man. I'm
Don't get
done.
no surgery, hey. Don't
I
get no
promise
surgery.
you I'm getting the surgery. You know how
Don't
many
do
kids
that.
I
I'm
got,
definitely
bro?
getting the
I'm getting the
surgery.
surgery.
Don't
Take
get
all
no
of
surgery.
it. I might get it done twice just to make sure.
July 24th, baby, is my new birthday. I'm getting my tubes tied. Fuck that.
Y'all foul, man. Y'all
Word is
foul.
bond.
Don't do that shit, man.
I can't wait, bro. He came in there, I already had my pants off. He's like, bro, what are you doing?
Hey, yo.
Doc. I said, Doc, yo, whatever you need to do, baby boy. I said, I don't need no consult. I need you to make
Yo,
sure my shit straight.
y'all
He's
foul.
like, he started laughing. He said, just come down to the surgery. We make your appointment. Fuck that shit, bro.
Man, stupid as fuck.
Yo,
And also, one more thing I'm gonna say to all the women out there who's saying, oh, because you're a man and you're not a woman, you can't give birth, your opinion doesn't matter. Fuck you. Listen, at the end of the day, just because
Wow.
listen, at the end of the day, just because I'm a man and not a woman, I can't give birth, doesn't mean my views about abortion doesn't matter. Because what if I am pro-abortion and she's anti-abortion? What if I can't keep the child, whatever? If my mindset was pro-abortion now, okay, you just can't sit back and say, oh, my opinion doesn't matter because I can't give birth to the child, because our opinions don't matter when we go before that white man and tell that white man we don't want to support the child because we ain't got a job. That white man gonna sit back and say, well, you need to go make something work. You need to go work in a tobacco field, work in a plant. You need to go out there and do something. But if she decides to keep that child, our opinions don't matter. You see, this is that feminism, women's march bullshit that these women love to preach on. You want it one way, but you don't want it the other way for the other side. See, this is that bullshit, all right, that these women preach on. Fuck that. If you're gonna have a say so, I should be able to have a say so. Because at the end of the day, if I'm pro-abortion but you're anti-abortion, if I didn't want that child, would you still give birth to that child? I'm still left with the responsibility of taking care of that child until she or he is 18 or 21, depending on state law. So, I mean, you can't have it one way for one side, but not the other. But you let women tell it they want to be able to fight in infantry and play baseball and football and wrestle and all this other bullshit. Cool, we gave that to you. But with equal rights comes an equality that should be equal for the opposite sex and not just for one sex. So,
yeah, I guess because they technically carry it. I guess that way they get preferential treatment.
Well, if you know anything about the child support courts, the only reason why the woman is given child support anyway is because women are more consumers than men. The white man already knows this. So if you ever even know
Child
anything,
support is a business.
it's a business. It's a business. That's all it is.
It is.
It's a business because black women in particular, they're more consumers. Black women got to get their feet done. They got to get their hair done. They got to eat at the Chinese restaurant. All this bullshit. Black women can have 100 damn dresses in the closet, but they got to go to the club on a Saturday. Oh, let me go to Rainbow and get this cheap ass $20 dress.
Not Rainbow.
In the goddamn club. Fuck you need
What's
to
that
go
Rainbow?
you go to a goddamn club 4 hours to twerk your ass. But that's what these bitches do. But here's the thing. The white man knows that these women are consumers. So that's why the women's given custody and child support, because they know that they're going to reinvest it back into the community. If you're an investor like I am, and if you've taken economics class before, you'll know all of this. You'll know why the Chinese people come and set up shop in the black neighborhoods. Again, I'm an investor. I'm economics. People don't know what I know in those types of fields. So when I start talking, people look at me like I'm dumb as hell. No, bitch, you dumb and broke, still living on Section 8. Maybe
wow.
But it's like they said, it's all a business. It's all a business. It's all a business. Any of you men who have a woman, tell your woman, let's go out tonight. What's the first thing she's gonna say? I need a new dress and some heels. But motherfucker got 100 goddamn dresses in the closet. Again, you're reinvesting in the economy. The white man knows this. They know it.
Damn, B.
They know it.
I
Yeah,
hear
fuck
you.
on out of here. But then I don't have a say so in the child. Bitches, y'all don't get y'all goddamn polluted asses together. Shit.
I was studying, right, because I was trying to find like the scriptures and shit, right? So obviously, thou shalt not kill and shit like that. But I'm not gonna give you the verses that'll bore y'all. But there's a verse in particular. It says, if two men are fighting, right, and let's say they fighting, tussling, and the other dude hits the other man's wife by accident, and she loses the baby, he gets punished for it, but he doesn't get put to death. The reason why that stands out to me is because if you murder, you get put to death. You guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in that verse, if that baby is hurt and it dies, that man does get punished as the other husband sees fit. But it's very specifically, if you kill, you should be killed. Which means if you murder, you should be murdered. That's what that means. Because there's killing in the Bible that's righteous. Like you protecting your family and you kill somebody, that's not a sin. But if I kill my brother trying to do some heinous shit, that's a sin, right? So that stood out to me because it didn't coincide. You see what I'm saying? If it was looked at as murdering that baby in her womb, then the law would state that he should be killed for that. So just something interesting. If anybody want the verse, I could share with you. But I don't know. Interesting. These churches is celebrating and shit. Y'all shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of here, church.
Yeah.
Especially the black church. Hypocrite. You stealing money. Fuck y'all.
Yes.
Y'all not even investing in the community. You got liquor store
Right.
project, big ass church.
Come on,
You
Ham.
ain't fooling nobody. Y'all want to celebrate like y'all keeping some laws and commandments. Suck a dick.
Yeah, look at Al Sharpton.
I'm ending it like that. Fuck
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Yeah, man. Next topic. Hey, listen, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hey, do me a favor. Hit the like button. It helps the channel. Share it right now with your friend that's sleeping and just waking up. It's only 9:40, right?
Yeah.
Now I warn them if they hop in the comments and they want to get on, the Bonnet Gang gets no love up here. All right. So be forewarned, man. Yeah, man. Check us out. We definitely growing. There's a way you get to monetization. You have to get 4,000 watch hours in a 12-month span. We just hit that. I think it was a couple days ago. So shout out to that. You be looking like, God damn, and it just be creeping, climbing, but we hit it. So we making some waves for sure. All right. Let me see.
Yo,
So
you ain't let Eddie go, yo.
Oh shit.
For the last question.
Eddie locked in.
It's all good.
Put together the beef patties.
I was gonna destroy that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all said a few things. I was gonna destroy that shit. It's all good.
My bad, Eddie. I kind of want to let you go.
Yeah, let Eddie go.
You gotta let Eddie go.
Double back, Ed.
So the one thing that's not being mentioned, man, and I mentioned this to a friend of mine, is the fact that within the last 3 years, you have had data, right? Facts. Remember Ham saying that on Thursday, right? Data where the white population is not reproducing, right?
Yeah.
This is the biggest reason. About 2 years ago, you had several states, almost mostly all in the South, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, dump all those severe ass abortion laws. And they were just like, nah, it's not a matter of affecting other groups, right? Even though it does affect other groups, right? It's a matter of stopping white women from aborting children. White women are aborting children at almost a faster rate than black women are, right? Also, abortion is almost the #1 killer of black people, outside of hypertension, heart attacks, and all the other shit that kills us because we fucking can't stop eating McDonald's and shit, right? So a lot of the decision, even yesterday's decision is more so a protection of white supremacy than it is bothering a woman and her choice, right? This is not something I'm just coming up. This is not anecdotal. If you look up particular studies, I think Michigan University had a study. There's a couple other think tanks that came up with those particular statistics, and they were saying, yo, white women are not keeping their kids, which means there's no way to elongate white supremacy's hold on the world if they're not being born, right? We're also on pace for Latinos and Black people to overcome the population of white people, particularly in this country. The
Mm-hmm.
biggest population boom is happening in Africa. They fucking like crazy in the motherland, right? Hence all
Mm-hmm.
those genocidal ways and tactics that they try to fuck our people up. So
Yeah.
yes, understandably so, all the anger coming from women, absolutely, I get it, right? You want your right, let's call it what it is. You want your right to either kill a kid if you're being mischievous and using abortion as contraceptive tactic, which is some bullshit. I don't agree with that. I understand the extreme example that they use about rape. I get that. That's very sensitive. I get that. But I think there's a demographic of women that utilize it as contraceptive to just live a loose ass life. And now it's just like, oh, you taking away the free way in which I could be out here thotting and bopping, and then make excuses for not having responsibility around what comes with the consequences of having sex. There's a large, gamut of situations where that happens. And I saw a lot of that shit on Twitter last night. I'm just like, yo, these are the type of women that they base they wound look shot the fuck up because they out here, keep tugging at that shit, right? So it's like, yo, I get it. I get how sensitive this shit is. I usually do not talk about it, but overall, you got to consider that the biggest reason this shit is happening is really not for any other group except white people. It's like their numbers are dwindling fast as fuck, so they got to do what they got to do.
Word, 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 word. I like it, man. I like it. I like it. I like it. And we'll revisit that some more as we dive into it. We definitely got to dive into it with the ladies. That's gonna be firework esque, I'm sure, especially if B is there. We're gonna see, man. um, all right. So, I mean, it's plain and simple. I don't really need to give much context to the question. Um, but it's the headline of the show. Can exes be friends? Can you be
Nah,
friends with your ex?
No,
you can have a
no.
understanding from afar, very far.
Break that down.
So like I will randomly communicate with my ex on some, you know, hey, how you doing type shit, but it'll be like every 6 months, a year. You know what I'm saying? We share the same friends, met in college, all that shit. So it's just like we bump into each other. There's never gonna be no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? She recently moved to the DMV, and she hit me up like, yo, out of respect, I wanted to let you know I'm gonna be here, yada yada yada. And I'm just like, she didn't have to do that, you know what I mean? So it's more so out of respect for my personal situation. I'm like, all right, cool, do your thing out here, be careful, be safe. I guess if you ever need me, holler, right? That type of thing. But in terms of you having a living, consistent, daily friendship, I don't think that's something that makes sense because if you hang around that person long enough, you're gonna find yourself seeing some of those feelings come back up. You know what I mean? You're gonna find yourself looking at that ass like, damn, I'd like to taste that one more time. You know what I mean? And now you got a situation where it's like, yo, we're not supposed to be doing what the fuck we doing. And with the Roe v. Wade shit, you might not want to fuck around, have a baby with a joint that you already let go.
Word.
I'm just saying.
What you think, Bob?
Yo,
Can exes be friends?
nah, man, nah. And I agree with everything that Eddie said, because I used to say this shit all the time. You know, you always see like people breaking up, or people getting like divorces and shit like that, or baby mamas, whatever. I always told people like, listen, bro, I don't care how long the separation been. If you had chemistry with somebody in the past, you could potentially hit that again if you want to, because y'all had history. You know what I'm saying? If you put two individuals that had a sexual relationship, right, back in the days, you lock them in one room. I don't care for how long. They could potentially come out of that room, hot and bothered.
Open them. Right.
Exactly, because they're gonna end up smashing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. No, exes cannot be friends, especially me or my motherfucking wife. That's out. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it funky because there's too much history there, and you never know what's gonna spark back up, like what Eddie said. You know what I'm saying? But if it's if we in the same area, if it's like a quick hi and goodbye, that's cool. But we ain't gonna be chit chatting on the phone. We ain't gonna be doing none of that social media shit, DMing back and forth, none of that. For real. And if y'all still live in the same town or city, whatever, man, that's you setting yourself up for failure if y'all still friends. I'm just keeping it funky. Real.
Word. What you think, A? Your thoughts on it?
I agree with what they said. I think it depends too, though. Like if I'm single, we can somewhat be cool, but not friends. I think friends is different than like associates, right? When I think of a friend, that's somebody, I'm hitting up when I'm vulnerable or like I need something, somebody I could be open with. Like once you an ex, all that's out the window. You know what I'm saying? But I might still keep you on the team, you know what I mean? Just for when you there or one of them late nights, or if I run into you, cool. But then I think if you are in another relationship, you definitely need to distance that, because that ain't doing nothing but inviting trouble into what you're trying to build now. It could be somewhat of a double standard with me. So I feel like I could be cool with my exes, but my shorty definitely can't. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Call that shit out. That double standard, I feel like we have more control over that shit because we know we're men, so we know how other men get down.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And Adrian's a savage.
Hey, I'm reformed now. Reformed savage.
Word. B, what you think? Can exes be friends?
My answer has always been and will forever be no. For one, it doesn't even make sense. So we once dated for a year or two. I was tearing them draws up, making that ass clap. Noises were so loud, the police.
Wow.
Okay. Then all of a sudden something happens and we break up. Oh, now we're friends. Like that don't make sense. Like that just don't happen. I mean, if I done got them draws, how are we friends all of a sudden? Like that doesn't. It doesn't even make sense. Can exes be friends? It doesn't even make sense. I mean, I don't think that is possible. My answer to that is no. I mean, with that being said, I see you out in the streets. I mean, speak, yeah, but I ain't gonna hold a conversation with you. I mean, be kind, but I mean, I just can't see to where that friendship will exist.
Can you be friends, you meaning any one of y'all, with a woman you had sex with?
Yes.
You mean you just him? Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Some of my better female friends, I've clapped cheeks and like, oh, it's gonna be awkward now, this and that. I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, you be awkward, bitch.
I'm cool as hell, so it's just like, oh, like we good. Like I see him now, years later, got kids and shit, married. I'm looking at her, and I'm like, hey, shit, we did our thing, but it's mutual respect. I just think a lot of women are not wired that way, right? And that's the shit that they refuse to accept. I'm like, we tell y'all not wired like men. Y'all try to move like men, but like God didn't design you that way to be a savage. So we can do that. Ain't nothing on our shoulders. We vibing, we chilling. I see you at homecoming. Like, what's up, shorty? You know what I'm saying? I remember when I had that ass in the air. Hey, what up? You good? Like it's just, and it's no sweat off our back. We just chilling, right? And it's like, oh, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. What you think? Can you be friends with chicks you was smashing, eh?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I got one that I used to date that we legit like cool, like it's like family now.
Huh?
We don't talk on a regular basis, but
I told you. I told you gotta watch out for. I told you gotta watch out for A+.
But then we got to look at it too, like But hold on. We got to look at percentages too, right? Because I cleared 3 digits like 10, 15 years ago. So we base it off of those percentages, and there's only one that just lets you know how slim the
See?
opportunity is to where it can still
That's
happen.
3
So
digits, boy.
it's not a problem.
bro.
This guy,
we-
see?
Yeah,
This
we
guy.
don't. We don't care as much, but nigga, first off, y'all like fam, bro.
Bruh.
Yeah, she cool. Like
North Carolina backwoods shit is that, nigga.
So
Yo.
family in terms of like a cousin or something. Like if you need me, even
Wow. You smash your cousins, bro?
Wow.
Yeah,
Hey, just
hold
leave
on.
Slow down,
alone.
So y'all don't understand what I'm saying when I'm talking about like.
No,
family
we
in
don't.
terms
Clear
of
that
what
shit
you
up.
need.
We
Yeah,
don't.
and we don't really want to understand, nigga. We
I see that's the problem. Y'all didn't even try to listen to me. So family in the sense of this, not family like, oh, when I see you as like a family member, but family in the sense of if somebody, you got a cousin or somebody hit you up and they need something, you're more likely to help them with something.
Yo, I muted him, yo. I can't take that shit.
He's still smashing. He's still smashing that right now.
Yo, I had to mute
That's the
that
come
nigga,
over code.
man.
Like, yo, you know, I need this
Yo.
shit fixed in the house. I'm like,
That's
yeah,
like
you
my
better
little
go fix it.
sister. Get the fuck out of here. Hey,
That's that
now,
shit women do. Like, oh, that's just my brother.
That's out.
look, he's still trying to talk. We don't give a fuck, bro.
Nah, it's
That shit is hilarious.
It's possible.
Yo, no way, bro.
That's just my brother.
But hold on, you
family.
gotta look at the percentage though too.
Bro, whatever, bro. You said
Let
not
that shit
family
go,
like that.
Adrian. That's
Nah,
out. Let that go.
I can't. Look at the percentage. So if we say 1 out of 250, that's 0.5%. That's about right. Because anything possible, right? We'll all agree
Bro,
with
you
that. We
said
say it all the time.
family. You said family though.
Yeah, family, bro. I've been knowing her for what, 21 years? Like we've been rocking for 21 years. When I ain't had nowhere to stay, I done stayed at her crib and all of that without nothing happening. So it's like family. Like if I needed something and she was close, I would hit her to go do it. Like it's family.
Just say friend,
happened.
yo. Just say good friend.
All right, good friend.
All right, thank you. Jesus.
Yeah, but so
Right.
y'all just don't like the family.
You was about to stress me out.
Yeah, for real.
But y'all got all right. So, but listen, y'all got friends that y'all closer to than family.
Yeah, okay. We still friends, nigga.
Absolutely.
Yo, that's the one key point.
Yeah, exactly.
So, can you be friends with a chick you smash if you're in a relationship? I would assume exes is out regardless.
No, it's out.
If it's that type of friend that's like, yeah, you got to have that conversation with your girl and then explain why, because that just doesn't make sense.
That got to be a high buy. Once again, high buy.
Yeah, like that's one of them situations.
If we in the same circumference, that got to be a high buy.
So Eddie, you know how you throw the cookouts and shit and the little kickbacks?
Yeah.
You want some huggy bitch? You got a girl. Can you invite them chicks you were smashing?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I have just because I'm just looking at dollar signs, right? But I'm also blunt. I'm like, yo, it's just like, shorty I'm talking to now. I'm like, look, having this groove might be some joints that I used to talk to. So if you see them getting all close, I'm gonna be respectful and be like, I'm gonna have a little distance or whatever. But more than likely, we had a thing. So I think if you just have that conversation, right, communication, bro, like. I don't want you thinking like, oh, like, why are these bitches talking to my man? Like, what the fuck? Just say, no, if you know what's going on, be cool about it. I need you to be confident. I need you to not be insecure. Like, I done told you what it is. Plus, I'm respecting that space. Like, oh, we good. Like,
so what if Shorty throw a game night at her crib, and she got 3 or 4 niggas she was doing and do with? How does that go?
I would expect the same mutual respect I gave her. Like, yo, like I told you who these broads were. I'm no longer talking to them. It's just me and you. Who these niggas?
I ain't showing up. And you ain't
not
going.
She not
And you
having
ain't. Yeah, that's out.
No, wait, hold on. So Eddie, you saying it's cool but you just need to know who she was fucking.
Nah, not more so like who she was fucking. It's more so just like, yo, like what's the deal? Like, because if they're new people and we have that level of transparency, like, yo, who are your people? It's like, oh, this one, I'm just like, all right, cool. It's my friend. It's my friend. It's my friend. I'm like, okay, you fuck any of your friends. You got to just put that shit out there. You put that shit out there, and then it's just like, I had a thing. I'm just like, all right, cool. Like, are you comfortable enough having this person here, or this nigga does not need to come? Or like, like A said, like, do you not need to have this shit? And then
So
it's just like you go off of that and just like, all right, because you don't want to fucking suffocate your woman, but it's also like we got to have that fine line. Like I said, my shit is more so business. I'm more so looking at it from like, yo, this is bringing me money. These hoes are spending money at the end of the day. The other
I'm
shit is just for fun.
I'm with you on that point right there.
Yeah, the other shit is just for fun. Like you just inviting niggas. Like, all
I
right, you know
sell you some shit quick. Quick.
what I'm saying?
so let me get an answer. So she throwing a game night.
Uh huh.
3 niggas that she smashed. She invites them to said game night. You cool with that?
Nah, if we have, like I said, if we have that conversation and that pops up, like, yeah, I used to yada 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 with all 3 of them, and I don't think a woman would even be comfortable with having 3 niggas she used to smash in the same space. I'd be like, nah, you can't do that. That's a dub.
All right.
Yeah.
Just want to clarify because yeah, yeah. So can you be so? What you think? A on the same question.
Yeah, she not having it, yo. There's just certain things we just not about to do. So like you're not having no game night with you don't need to be cool with nobody who you smash, like none of that.
Can
Off.
can niggas from like let's say like they go to work, right? Like especially if your woman, like my woman's in education, right? So it's a bunch of teachers and shit, yada yada yada.
Teacher
Can,
gang.
can niggas call your house?
No.
Hell
For
no.
what, nigga?
What? Wait for the love.
Hell no.
For what, yo? You
Hell
don't
no.
need her number. You don't need none of that shit.
Hell
No.
no. And as
No.
soon as you clock out, that work is done. You talk to whoever you got to talk to on Monday. That's out.
Even your boss, like the
Yeah.
nigga can email
Yeah,
you. That's
that's
it.
out. You ain't
Email.
responding. Yeah, that
Yeah.
nah, that's out.
That's a
Work
level
pick
of
back up
comfort you
on
got to
Monday.
reach too. Like at that point, I'm picking up the phone. Like I see that my chick is exhausted, and I see their name and slash work. I'm gonna pick up like, hey, what's up? It's all I was trying to reach her because we had this project or whatever. It's like, nah, she's asleep. She'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Like, please respect that. I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck, man? You know she
Right.
tired. Come on
Yeah,
now.
I keep that same energy.
yeah, my nigga can't call my house, bro.
Nah.
I'm not playing that shit even a little bit because I know, bro. Like I don't know. I probably said this too many times. I will go to fucking jail. I don't give like it ain't. It's
Mm.
that serious to me. Like I don't like niggas go too far for their respect. I'm niggas. Like,
Yo, yo.
like I
It's
can't.
a fine line, man. Like, I'll tell the story real quick. Ham, you or tell the story how I met your lady,
Oh nah, I never told. Nah, they don't know that story.
bro. This shit is wild, hilarious, man. So we hosting uh one of the biggest freaking Christmas parties in DC, and Hamp DJing, my man's in them, the Southern Dips or whatever. So they hosting this shit at my crib, big ass cellar. We vibing, we chilling, everything good. Me and a couple niggas behind the bar,
But how
everything
many people?
vibing.
You got to give them content. Was it like 300 people?
The shit has capacity for 200. These niggas got 300 motherfuckers in my shit.
Damn.
The concierge going crazy, like, yo, everything good down there? It's just like, yo, we good. Like, everybody vibing, chilling, ain't no problems. But the
Yeah.
shit was tight. So the bar was crazy, obviously, right? So we locking the shit up, and this shorty come over. She's like, I want a drink. I'm just okay, cool, bang. Give her drink, right? She come back. At this point, she's stumbling. She's just like, So we had blocked off the sides of the bar so nobody could come in. And I'm like, she comes over again. She's like, yo, let me get another drink. And I'm just like, I got you. But she attempted to come over where, me and the rest of the guys, I was like, no, shorty, I got you. I remember your drink. I got you. She's like, fuck that. Who the fuck is you, nigga? Who the fuck is you to talk to me? You know who I am? You know who my man is? That's DJ Hit, nigga. That's my nigga. Who the fuck is you talking? So I'm standing there. My nigga Joe next to me, and what's his name? I forget his name, but we just, bro, we are frozen cold, and I'm looking like, yo, who the fuck is this? So I don't say nothing, and then Joe told me like, yo, that's Ham Girl. I'm just like, say like, I just throw my hands in the air because I know how these situations go, and I'm just like, I literally have my hands in the air. I walked all the way over to the other side of the party where Hamp was. I'm just like, dog, please look at the bar. And he's in the middle of DJing. He's just like, what the fuck going on? Just like, you know that shorty right there? It's like, yeah, that's my girl, bruh. She just cursed me the fuck out. I don't know what's going on. But I'm just like, I didn't respond. I'm just like, because at this point, I had gotten to know Hamp a little bit, right? So I know he has that trigger in his fucking heart. I'm just like, this nigga will knock a nigga the fuck out. So I'm just like, and I have that code. Like, I do not argue with women whatsoever, right? So I'm just like, okay, boom. And then I zip line over there and I come back and I notice that she calmed all the way down. Just like, oh shit, this nigga knows my man. What the fuck? Oh, she goes over to the booth. Again, this nigga is in the middle of working. So like now I see him and her arguing. And I'm just like, yo, like yada yada yada. But at this point, the party gets shut down. Fucking police come through. They still arguing. And this is the one time this shit was hilarious. And he's talking to her just like, yo, like this nigga disrespect you, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? We might have to fucking fight. And so he getting hyped. And I'm just like, and I stand there, I'm like, hey, you already know what it is, bro. Like, that's not my attitude, none of that. It's just like, and he's looking at her like, yo, this nigga is probably one of the most peaceful niggas I know. So like, if you pissed him off, like, what the fuck going on? Hilarious, bro. Like, literally maybe 2 weeks after that, Hamp DJing somewhere else. At this point, I think we had a few conversations, yada yada yada, bro. I walk into the spot, motherfucker just hugged me out of nowhere. She's short. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And it's this girl, right? I'm just like, oh, I'm like looking like, we good? Like,
she got
my bad,
nigga,
I was drunk, yada yada yada. I'm just like, yo, one of the most hilarious situations. Like every time we see each other, we just like smile like a mom. But I'm like, yo, just to make that point around like that type of shit, you got to know situations, and you also got to know what type of attitude your woman has around certain environments and men. And if you know your woman can't handle certain shit, don't put her in that situation. So
yeah, that's true. Cause she almost got cut off too after that shit.
That
yes,
yo, you was pissed the fuck off, bro.
So mad, bro. I'm like, Eddie, nigga, what the fuck? No, Eddie did not do nothing to you, bro. We sat in the car.
Was so confused, bro.
Yo, we got in the car, bro. I said, yo, I don't know, bro. I said, because I know me. You'll get me in trouble, like doing stupid shit like that. Because I know Eddie, though. You like, if it was just some random shit, I do corny shit like punch a nigga in his mouth while I'm DJing. I do corny shit like that. I already know I'm corny like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I said, yo, I was contemplating, yo. I ain't talked to her for like 2 days. Like, yo, my nigga, you might have to skedaddle, nigga. Then I hit her with the nigga. Now, when we get out this car, make sure you say hi to Eddie and say sorry. At the next, it was like a couple weeks later.
So it's hilarious, man.
Yeah, because like she had to learn, like women do that shit. Yeah. Like they want to see you be a fucking gladiator, but then when the shit really pop, they regret ever even put you in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And she had to learn, like, nah, whoever you dealt with like you could do that to them and they're gonna talk it out. We're gonna duke it out. That's a different thing. Like,
women don't understand that shit. It's like there's no talking with men. Like, yo, like it's gotta go down, bro. But it's the same thing to the topic, man. Like, you get too close to an ex, man, and here she come with another nigga. You see them somewhere, just like, yo, yeah, you can't do it, bro. You want to start feeling sort of way. Just like, wait, you been hanging out with me for a minute. I'm like, yo, don't forget, that's not your girl no more.
Yeah. Yeah, you make sure, yo, call me when you get home type shit. Just all that.
Nah, that's a dub. She good.
So I think we already talked about that. So, Bub, what you think?
Is
If
yo
the shoe
set?
on the other foot.
Yo, it ain't it. Nah, hell no. It ain't going down. Hell no. Yo, and if my wife ever like attempted to bring up that type of scenario to me, that's gonna be a problem. Don't present them type of shit like that to me. You crazy?
What if
Hell
he a
no.
good friend, bud? What if he got her a job? Like, what if he like literally platonic, 100% platonic?
Nah, but you said, but we already said he smashed. Like heck, no.
Oh,
Fuck you
yeah,
doing?
this
What
is a
what
smash.
what you
Oh, okay.
doing? Get her a job? Man, hell no. Fuck up out of
Hell
here.
no.
She gotta
Crazy.
quit. She gotta
You gotta
quit.
Yeah,
That
quit.
remind
yo,
me of that
that's
scene from Soul Food. Remember that nigga like Lim?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yo, that's
Yo,
Yeah.
out
ain't no fucking way, bro. You can't get
for real.
Yo, you can't. I'm thinking about that scene in my head and shit.
And
Nah, you
I'm super petty too. I'm super petty. When I, as a matter of fact, I just started thinking. As a
mm,
matter of fact, when I first linked up with my lady, she had a party that she did invite me to with one of her old joints was up in there. You know what I did, bruh?
what?
You know what I did?
What?
Went right upstairs in the bedroom in the balcony and was chilling. Cause this mine now, bro. I don't give a fuck who you are. And if homie would have started talking sideways, trust me, the whole party would have got cleared out. Trust me. It's mine now. So we men, like we petty like that.
Yeah.
And back then I was a super savage warrior.
Warrior.
Wow.
Yo, nigga.
Clear this
Yo.
whole shit out. Trust. Dolo too. Dolo. You
Oh
and your
man.
men's.
That's
Word.
hilarious, man.
Yeah, ladies, don't try that shit. Niggas ain't look. Yo,
You
and when
know.
you if you lady, I said it before, but if you got a nigga that's saying he cool with all this shit, don't believe him. Like I know people will say that's insecure. No, it's not. It's real life. Like, and I'm tired of these simping ass niggas talking about, oh yeah, it's cool as long as no, you don't fuck. Nobody likes that shit. Cause we,
Nah,
like Eddie was saying, we know how women are. They can't compartmentalize sex like we can. So ain't no way you having some nigga around that your lady used to even talk to, like to a point. You know what I'm saying? People go out on dates, whatever, you can't, it is what it is. But even after a certain point, 2-3 dates, that's the same thing to me. I mean, you like that nigga a little bit. That's enough for me. Like,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
word, man. Interesting. Listen, man, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Look at all the links in the description. We got the Direction CYOP link in the description. We got the Risky merch in the description. We got Anchor, Twitch, Twitter, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, who this? Oh, Dana comment came through late as a motherfucker. Look, she be been gone. I guess that love connection is over with.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Dana.
B new name is Mr. Fumbles, man. He fumbled it before he even got anywhere.
Mumbling
Like,
motherfucker, boy.
Yo.
Damn. That nigga. Yo, like, share, subscribe. Listen, man, I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. Adrian, final
hey,
thought.
final thoughts, man. It don't got nothing to do with what we was talking about. But y'all just have a good weekend. Do something nice for yourself to just relax, reset, and get ready for the week, yo.
Word. But
Yo, don't put yourself in a compromising position with today's climate. If you don't want to have no fucking kids, put a condom on.
word. Chef Eddie.
Yeah, man. Just live life, man. Appreciate life and make better decisions out here.
Word, man. I think I don't know. I think if a kid is spawned, I think it deserves to be here. I think there's other options other than aborting, because I think that you have to live in some way, shape, or form with those decisions you make. Now, I don't think an abortion is easy either. I think women probably live through that trauma too. So I want to respect that. Um, I guess I'll be a Bible thumper, kinda, but my shit sounds so different. It probably don't feel like that. But when you vet it out with all these fucking Christians, y'all need to shut the fuck up for sure. I seen a couple of them celebrating and shit. Like, what are you do? This is still trauma to people. See, that's what they don't understand. This is traumatizing. It's gonna put somebody in a compromising position, and therefore we still got to be empathetic to it. You know what I mean? Even if I think it's killing the baby, if I think it's murdering the child, right? I still want to have a diplomatic conversation with a woman that's potentially need to go through that in some way, shape, or form. Because I don't think women are out here wanting to abort their children, but I think there are situations and circumstances that put them in a predicament to even have that thought. So I think we need to have those conversations, right? And make sure we got proper programs in place and that we're not getting abused by child support, so we can maybe reallocate money and funds and resources to maybe assist these children when they come out to a mother or mother-father combination that can't handle them. You know what I'm saying? And support the fucking dads too. This shit ain't free. This shit ain't easy. And women, don't have no niggas around you that if he used to like you too much, he can't be around. If he has sex, he can't be around. If that nigga do too much smiling, he can't be around. If he ever texts you good morning, he can't be around. That's how niggas really feel. All right,
That good morning text come with sexual innuendos. Yeah,
yeah. No, and if you ever text that nigga, hey you, he can't be around. All right, fuck out of here, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.